Sir. Spit it out. It's Mimi. She's in critical condition.
What?
Iris, You better get over there.
Code red, code red.
Everyone running.
Don't do it, man. Don't do it.
Some fresh air. Just some wind against my face.
Oh, God.
Amelia, no!
Yeah. Do they even have ways to dispose of the bodies? Burning them, I guess. Begin the pattern. Oh, real time.
Yup.
Just in case you needed.
No, 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 no.
So, oh man. All these bodies on the floor makes you wonder.
The ones that were not, you think there were some that were not Iris's doing? Or not occupants? Confirmed at least 2. Also, you can survive that. In fucked up shape, you can actually survive that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, we're playing it out. So this... Each one is like a distinct time skip a little bit, right? We jumped 5 years between the first 2.
Yeah.
And now this one is like seconds apart.
Medic. Someone, get a medic.
Amelia, come on, stay with us. Amelia.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do this for me? It would be awful.
Protest. Protest. Revolt.
Return to your quarters, please.
Have you lost your mind?
Huh.
He doesn't have a color.
No.
That makes me worried.
Stay back. You wouldn't dare. Watch me.
Sheesh.
What?
At which point do they turn on each other?
Well, what are they up to right now? You know? It seems like the security is outnumbered. So, what's the thought?
I've revoked Johnson's biometrics.
Oh.
And assigned administrative access to my retinal scans.
Oh.
Now hear this? Now hear this. All crew and personnel return to their quarters immediately and await further instructions.
Mutiny?
We've secured the food production.
Setting course to the last known position of Pacific 41.
We're getting a transmission from Pod 3.
Who is it?
It's Johnson.
On speaker.
George. Natasha. What are you doing?
Please, cooperate. We don't want any bloodshed.
You do not want this job. Trust me.
Mimi is dead. The research is going nowhere. We need to link up with the surviving fleet.
I see.
Find another way.
I'm telling you.
That's why he was so bitter about it.
Mm-hmm.
Stop now, or else there's no turning back.
Natasha, end transmission.
All right, George. Which one of these bodies is you?
Yeah, okay. Mutiny over disagreement on what to do as things are going wrong. And hostile takeover to try and reach the other surviving fleet. Again, if the implication with Fallout is to be followed, then like nothing good comes from reaching out to the other bunker. It never goes good. Oh shit.
You like that confinement craziness?
They had the guns. Mutineers win.
I said, stay back.
Halo. Yeah. And that's where they lie. That's really interesting.
Yep, all of them.
Damn, okay. Not even on Iris. Just on each other. And I mean, if he's got a gun, that's probably him right there. Or, no, there's two guns. That's the two of them. And then these are two others. Right?
Okay.
So Asher maybe went forward.
And then what did he say?
And then Benjamin... Nothing. And then Benjamin came over here, perhaps? Yeah. Damn. Oh yeah. All headshots. No center mass. Well... No, wait, you're getting it in the chest. So are you.
Yeah.
See, and that's the thing is like, okay, so we're taking over the ship to link up with the survivors because it's with another ship because it's all falling apart here because we're running out of resources and we don't know what to do and it's all going to shit and we're gonna kill you now if you try to stop us, making the situation infinitely worse.
What the hell are they doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Stop!
Not what you intended, but here we are.
And this happened real quick.
Mm-hmm. Bluff everybody. Threaten them with the guns. Don't actually expect them to do anything. Well, you didn't get far. Neither did you. You know someone used it on themselves. The question is who? Oh, this platform is open now? Was it always like that?
Which platform?
Was it always bright white right in front of Fixer there? This?
I guess you could go back and see.
I guess so, yeah. Or forward, for that matter. Yeah. Okay. Who made it? Huh. What is going on here? What are they looking at?
I'm not sure.
Jesus fucking Christ.
We never should have survived.
They wouldn't back down.
You moron.
The last human beings.
If you don't have the stomach for this, step aside.
Do you have any idea what you've done?
No.
No,
'Cause-
see problem, shoot.
Might makes right. Yeah.
Half gun will shoot.
Just threaten them with violence and make them think they're gonna get shot. Don't actually do it. You wouldn't shoot the last humans alive, would you? Well, there's your code red. For real, real. Is that enough suffering to call some occupants over, you think?
Oh my god.
A bunch of people getting fucking lit up?
Yep. Now that's suffering and despair.
Brace! Brace!
What's going on?
That's the surface activity alarm.
We fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
And now they've come for us.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, key brace.
Fucking morons, dude. Like, yeah. Also, like, no one left here, however many years this is in their right minds at this point, right?
No.
These
he's
you're
definitely
bunker
got a bit
brained.
weird, yeah.
Everyone here is absolutely shredded and gone at this point. But just like the one thing is don't cause a ton of suffering. Yeah. Yeah, that's how that happens. Damn. They just pop into existence, huh? With enough suffering. Okay. And these got taken out the way we saw. Interesting.
This is the one. Thanks, Iris.
The suits have preserved their bodies remarkably well. Healer will have something to work with.
No decomposition.
Come on, let's go tell her.
So you can still use the biometrics.
Can you do this for me? It would be awful.
Oh, change spots.
Are you ready for me?
They found the body.
Good girl. A+. All the stars. Anything else of interest?
Only I could do it. Because only I have secretary. Because Watcher, I guess, you know, told secretary only to listen to me. We don't know that, but it seems like it.
Oh.
There was a massacre. 2 of them gunned down a whole group.
Not a good look, but who are we to judge?
hey, maybe you would have done the same thing in that situation. You know?
We're on our own path to blood.
Maybe. The only way to save everybody is by killing everybody.
Oh, show me. Well, well. This is our lucky specimen?
That's him. Are you gonna show me your magic trick?
You give a little, you get a little. After the whole ordeal, with Watcher refusing one of Fixer's eyes, I started growing some. A hobby that became a bit of an obsession.
You've been carrying around a pair of eyes?
Growing eyes.
Oh, a few more than a few.
Mm-hmm.
We've been cloning for time immemorial, but we've never pursued a more permanent manipulation of the recipe.
That sounds like a bad idea.
Why? Wouldn't you want improved eyesight? Increased muscular strength? Extra lung capacity? So who's this guy? What's his name?
George.
Let's make these eyes look just like George. Take those eyes over to Fixer.
Yeah. You don't have to be creepy with the vibes, healer. You could just do the thing without being super into it.
You can give them a whirl.
Let's hope it works.
Go on. I'm going to poke at this body some more.
Sure.
Such judgment.
Watcher
Yeah.
did rub off on you.
Seriously.
She's giving Mimi vibes, is what she's giving. She's giving kind of like, yeah. I know what we're doing, super into it. Like, she just rubs me the wrong way the whole time. Each time I've just been like, yeah.
Is there a link between these
They both wear pink.
sisters and the 50s themselves?
I mean, at
Is
least
Healer
I noticed
a
Mimi was in pink.
descendant
I
of-
noticed Mimi was in pink. I'm not putting a connection there because we haven't been given any. But in terms of just like, why are your vibes so off?
It would be off.
You know? And I'm sure I could go. I gotta go back to like the communion with her to really get it. But like, it's not enough to just be like, oh well, because at first the benefit of the doubt in a way is kind of like, well, Watcher got Fixer killed, right? And Watcher did the bad, so people treating her that way would make sense. But it's like, nah, she's still being,
All right, here goes nothing. The retinal scans are confirmed. No way. I've been dreaming about this for years.
Years?
Navigation, propulsion, energy distribution.
Fixer.
Did Healer have to learn from Mimi's notes? Was Mimi the only person that would provide all of that information so that Healer is basically taking on that personality because she's getting all the research directly from Mimi?
It's possible.
She was doing the same job, right? Making new clones, overseeing the you know, growth and reproduction program.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the cloning and everything.
Could be.
Life support, climate control, contingencies, it's all here.
Fixer.
Anyway, we don't know that for sure. It's, yeah.
What? Can't you see I'm busy?
Our guests are here.
Blue, go and greet them.
Me?
You know them, and they know you.
What are you gonna do?
I just need a bit more time.
I'll explain later. Trust me, okay? Go. Please. And not a word about Watcher yet, got it? None of that stuff you told us. Let's keep that to ourselves.
You better have something good.
Do they even know what attracts occupants?
Don't worry.
Or is that just our secret now?
I do.
Good question.
Keep them busy for us.
I'll do what I can.
I'll be watching your back.
Mm-hmm. Let me guess. Noah
We're
and
not
crew.
losing anybody else today.
Hey. How's it going, sis?
You didn't burn after all. It would have been more glorious. You're cursed now to live with the consequences.
Yeah, lucky me.
I want to introduce you to someone. This is Other Iris.
In the pose and everything.
Sister, it is good to meet you.
She doesn't look that special to me.
Her significance is hidden in plain sight. But I assure you, she's an exact genetic match. The perfect copy. You can ask Healer to verify.
And what do you want?
It's not what I want. We follow in her footsteps.
Okay, Other Iris, what is it that you want?
I was reborn into this body, forced to live a new life in this environment. What I know of my past self, she stood above the rest of you. I do not want that. I want to stand beside you.
Okay.
We need a figurehead. Someone to be above these conflicts. Someone to remind us to be our better selves.
We have more followers than you think. They are not naive. They've experienced
The true believers.
after the All-Mother. Some prefer this new way of life.
Well, if I had to stick a color on Iris, it definitely would be Bang Bang Fire colors.
We simply want to organize in the open without prosecution, so we can practice our ways. A fixer, a healer, a Bang Bang Fire, a knower, and a watcher ascended.
And those who don't follow you?
They are free to choose, of course. But if they need guidance, we will be there for them.
You pass through fire, Miscellaneous. Have an open mind.
Believe it or not, but I've witnessed the All-Mother's time.
A communion? You are most fortunate.
Sure, we can't go back to that way of being.
You must be mistaken. We simply want the choice to exist in our own way. We will not force anyone to join us who does not desire to. Please, consider it.
Yeah, let me just tilt this camera nice and low. And look at them tippy toes. You ain't floating. You ain't floating. Other Iris, my ass. Well, it's nice to know that you're willing to let people join of their own free will.
If they want to.
Now give me a minute to force a bunch of memories into your brains to make you reconsider that. If you get everything contextually and still decide to go that way, then so be it, you know?
Hey, Blue.
Chris?
You lived. I have to say, I'm surprised.
You turned?
How did you get here?
Was that the person who helped us on the rooftop?
Yeah, Chris, Melody, and Athena were the people that we were hanging out with. And
but they were always a part of the resistance, right?
They were the miscellaneous.
Yeah.
So now they're here escorting Knower, the authority, the fucking murderer of Bartender, who's coming to get us.
Escorting Knower?
Am I mistaking what's happening off camera over there? No? Okay, hold on.
What?
I'm sorry. I thought to the right, to the left over there,
Yeah?
we were gonna go talk to the remains of the principal authority that are out to hunt us down. I thought that's who was showing up here. So I'm mistaken then. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I think these are like the rebels who...
Yeah, these are other resistance fighters. My mistake. I thought the authority was showing up here and that they were with them. So it's the opposite.
Okay.
And I misinterpreted and I made a mistake.
Maybe you can. I'm glad you're alive, Blue. I really am. We can finally take Old Town for ourselves.
Is that what you want?
Isn't that what we've always wanted for
How did you get here then?
our own path?
By evading them.
To live without their expectations?
The bomb was your idea.
Fixer. She doesn't know what it's like to be us.
Okay, now I'm trying to remember how the bomb plot unfolded.
So we got to the surface after leaving the Old Town.
Before that, in Old Town, we met these smugglers who gave us secret ingredients for bartender. Right? We had to take...
You mean before we left? Like
in
when we were
Old
looking
Town,
for the bar stuff?
When the reason why we met Chris and Athena and... no, not Melody. Melody was our friend hanging out by the door.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason why we met Chris and Athena is because we were asked to smuggle something by bartender to bring back to the bar.
Okay.
So
something blue, something whatever.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's how we met them. And in the context of meeting them that way, we learned about them as resistance fighters, or at the very least, miscellaneous opposition to the Reds who had guns and were the authority. All the Reds had the guns.
I didn't take it as opposition at the time.
Well, we met someone around the corner who said, "Are we ready to go? Are we doing this? Are we rebelling?" And you were like, "Gather everybody together, but stay low for now." There was a miscellaneous that was in the top left corner, and that's the person who, when they said, "Gather everyone together," that was the moment I went, "Oh, it looks like they've been against each other for a while now, because the fact that you're able to quickly gather everyone that's not a Red on your side means they've already been in opposition and there's been tensions already."
Okay.
So that's how we met them, and that's what we knew what was going on with the Old City people. So we met them under the smuggling thing, brought the things to bartender, met Mauve. I forgot her updated name, whether it was Capital Red, right? Not Principled Red. Principled Red was
the one in the bar asking questions, I think.
Okay.
Asking questions to bartender.
And then bartender gets killed by, we got her name now.
Bartender was killed by Uriah. And
then later on we go down and we see Noah, who's wearing all red.
Yeah.
And she's basically like on the principal's side, being like, "Yeah, for your own good, leave it alone." And then you rage walk out of there and basically are like, "I'm gonna go upstairs and take my revenge."
Yeah,
once you get
to Chris and on the ceiling,
you you talk to them, and then they basically go like, "You're the new bartender, so you get to go up there." And you're like, "I'm gonna make them pay." But do the specifics of the bomb just happen? If I'm trying to remember, where does that first come from? Was it something that they touched on in their conversation?
Didn't that come later?
The first time I remember the bomb was like when we were talking at the bar and talking to the Jiaos,
Yeah.
Right? And it was like, okay, she told us to go meet a Jiao. And then the Jiao will be one of
Chris says there's a sympathizer upstairs.
Go talk to the sympathizer.
Yeah.
And then the sympathizer tells you to go talk to the other Jiao. And then you start going around to the Jiaos, and then you start being like...
You're just trying to find who's on your side.
Yes, and you say the words that indicate that you're on their side. I forgot what those words were.
Okay.
You know? But you say the word to the Jiaos that makes them go, okay, you're one of us.
Yeah.
And then they go, okay, great. And then they all start to plan. And then before you know it, you're in the bar getting the bomb, being told where to bring it. Right? But all of that planning happened without your knowledge. You just kind of waltzed in and spoke to a sympathizer, and you were told, yeah, they're on your side, they're with us. But you didn't get expressly told there's a bomb plot that's going to happen and what's going to go down.
Okay.
Right? Unless I'm forgetting some detail, you kind of just get you get pushed into this. And by talking to the Jiao, they pull you in on the plan and tell you to go do things. But you were never expressly told, I'm going to bomb and kill Principal. But you just knew you wanted revenge, and that was all we knew. So now we're finding out, okay, yes, she's the one that planned for that whole thing.
Okay.
So that's what I'm trying to remember where that all came from.
They had everything, and we have nothing to lose. Yes, the bomb was my idea.
And me, was I always part of the plan?
No, but I knew. It was only about time. If they kept pressing on our necks long enough, something was going to snap. I never wanted it to be you. But who was I to refuse?
I was angry.
And you had every right to be angry. We all did. You're the best of us. You did what others were too afraid to do. You're a hero, Blue. Don't forget that.
Where's Mauve?
What's with the umbrella?
Who?
The guard in white.
The High Minister's pet, you mean? She broke off from us.
How could you work with her? She and her kind killed Bartender.
It was a relationship of convenience. Surely there will be more.
You'll do anything, won't you?
You and I are similar in this way. That's why I always liked you.
I was getting confused with Principal Red and Capital Red before, but Principal Red was who was talking to Bartender in the bar.
Yeah.
And Capital Red, the first time we ran into her was as an upstairs bartender when she is in on the plot, correct? Or do we run into her before then?
Yeah, I think Mauve came to the bar and then she was Capital Red, right?
But did we see Mauve, or was Mauve a part of any scene before that part?
Not that I remember.
No. Okay. So
she revealed that she was like who she was. You run into her as you run up the stairs?
As you go up the stairs. Okay. Okay. And then when she's at the bar, she has that like, I want something old, like at thing, and you're like, oh, you know stuff, you're different. And then you go, okay,
she wants it straight or whatever.
Okay, so we haven't seen Principled Red, or have we seen Principled Red again? I'm just trying to piece together like that person and who that was or anything. Okay, all right, cool.
And what now? You here to kill them? Fixer, Healer, and BB?
It depends. I'm here to give them one last chance. If they have something to offer, I'm willing to listen. What do you think? Fixer and the rest, are they trustworthy?
That's unfair. That's unfair.
To call them a disappointment?
You're grouping them together when they're expressly not. Individually, these are different answers. This is a completely unfair framing. That sucks. Bang Bang is doing her best. Fixer's a disappointment. Healer's also probably doing her best, but the vibes are rancid, so she's doing okay. So this is bullshit. Fixer, no. Bang Bang, yes. I hate this.
Fixer is not doing her best.
Fixer is not doing her best. Fixer is a disappointment. Bang Bang is doing her best. I believe in Bang Bang.
Damn.
I have to now blame Bang Bang and put her in the no category because of that. That sucks.
They're a mess. I've heard stories of them, but they're a disappointment.
Thank you, Blue. I'll keep that in mind.
That's rough for Fixer.
That's unfair framing, video game. That is unfair. You're slapping a binary choice on something that needs a non-binary answer.
I mean, yeah, Fixer is trying.
Fixer is... What do you define
Fixer
as trying?
Is sad. Fixer is like... Was salty. Fixer lost a friend.
Do you think that Fixer's actions are justified? Is that what you're telling me? You think that Fixer's like attitude towards Watcher, given everything, is like okay?
It's clearly troubled.
It's fucked up. It's fucked up. Bad things are coming from bad things.
Yeah.
Suffering begets suffering. But justification. I'm not clean on. It's messy. No one's gonna say it's not messy, but I'm not clean on that part of it personally.
Oh, look who it is. Our brave little miscellaneous.
I'm taller than you.
I also don't really know what we're up to, right? Fixer's leading us out here, but we don't know what her goals are, what she's trying to do. None of this has been communicated, so we're kind of improvising and yes-anding in a situation that we're being led along after Blue kind of was given the information from Watcher and is now just following, right?
That's what's wrong with you Iris types. Always looking down on us.
Uh-oh.
Cherry saved me. She didn't have to, but she did. I owe her my life.
She was always a romantic. You need to make her sacrifice count.
Do I get one question or do I get all of them?
How do you know about the past?
Secretary came to us.
A communion?
No, I can only interface with Iris descendants. In this case, the distance was too great between host and guest. So instead, I gave a grand oration. It was Watcher's idea.
Secretary told us the whole story.
Orally.
We thought we were made to serve Iris types. They gave us life. But after everything we learned, Jiao was a whole person in her own right. She deserved better. And we're gonna make that a reality.
Oh boy. Even here, still breaking down into factions.
Well, hold on. I'm not against Jiao independence. I'm not against the idea of Zhao's not being in servitude to Iris. But what does this mean exactly?
How far do you want to go with it?
Are we pointing those guns at the right people?
What do you want from all this?
We want reparations for all that ancient Iris did to ancient Jiao.
Yep. Yep. Reparations.
All right. $40 games of hide and go seek and a mule?
Come on, no.
Reggie! Help me out here. Pick up some slack. Come on.
I was the one that was being too obvious the other day, right? I was the one.
She was a shitty friend.
She was a shitty friend. Where's the lie? To be born into fucking servitude? Where's the lie? She's her own person. That journal makes so much more sense now. It's it's the only thing you're gonna have to get your original personality from, right?
We want control of the other side, to govern and operate as we please. We want control of our own creation. No more printing unless we say so.
Okay. Okay.
And we're not wearing these stupid uniforms anymore.
If Watcher was alive, whose body was that at the garden center?
True. Forgot to ask that question.
They must have stuffed some poor shell and dressed her up.
Oof. Damn.
That's true. I didn't think about that until now.
Yeah, yeah. Right? Literally just murder a random one. Cosplay.
That's horrible.
You Iris types don't even know your own capacity for cruelty. We're only here out of respect for Watcher. She set us on the path for justice, and we owe her for that. But Fixer and her lot, we're moving forward, with or without them.
Candy Zhao has said nothing false. Everything she said is the truth. 100%.
I want you to know I'm sorry. Sorry for everything Iris did to Jiao. Sorry for everything my kind has done to yours. I want to make it right. For you and for the others. I owe that to Cherry.
Actions, not words, miscellaneous.
Damn.
Prove it to us.
Damn. Where's the fucking lie? Now.
Ready to pay up?
Now, let's not mince words here. Shitty friendship? Slavery. Shitty friendship? Slavery. It's not the same original crime.
No?
It's not the same original crime. But it got worse afterwards.
Yeah.
But the original problem, they're not.
I mean,
the scales are not tipped evenly here.
When you think about it, the shitty friendship was a choice.
Seems like a choice to me, Reggie. 40 hide and go seeks and a sleepover. Justice for Jiao.